Welcome back. In this session, I will show you how we build our remote control, designed for elderly hands and easy to handle. For this session, Sparky will explain how to build it.
Hi, folks. Before we get started, I would like to show you two different versions of the automated lawnmowers that I put together. The one you see before you in the yellow with the small tires in the back, that is made from a mobility scooter. The engine worked fine. The that blue package there was a lithium-ion battery. I've since changed them for a different type. The front rack is actually a steering from a garden tractor, and I had to use a linear actuator for steering. It was slow response, and with that, I gave that one up to make version 2. So this one is version 2. It's made with wheelchair motors, the class 3. They are more heavy duty, more robust. It'll climb up the hill, has better steering capabilities because it does spin around in circles if I wanted to. And you can see me there standing there with the remote control, which you can't see that part, but it controls it nicely, and it goes over a period of about 100 feet, so they claim. So that it works. It works fine, and that's what we're going to attempt to build this session.
Hang on, Sparky. Didn't you say that the remote can be used on any of the unique ideas you work on?
I sure did, Tinker. If you hang on, just look at the remote control. You'll see that, dirty as it is, because I've used it for quite a while, the there's two switches, two rocker switches. Each one uses up two channels. That's forward and reverse for each wheel. And with them, I can easily, by the press of a button, I can reprogram it to a different receiver. But I like having one unit for each device. So whatever I build complete.
I see that unit also has a speed control. That's a great idea, Sparky. You can run it slower if the grass is tall and faster if it's on the short side. So now do we build?
Don't rush me, Tinker. I have to explain to our viewers how it all puts together. Yes, now we build.
I see you put a camera on one of your units. What a great idea. Wow, your grass really needs to be cut, Sparky.
Hi, I was just browsing. This looks interesting. I think I will watch and give this idea to my boyfriend.
We will be using elbows, which are electrical fittings made of PVC, and we're going to join them together with a piece of half-inch PVC pipe. We will be using elbow LR, which is elbow left and elbow right. So LL and LR, not LB. The difference is the front cover, where the screws are, that is wide enough to house our switches.
Excuse me, Sparky. Why did you use these items and not something larger or smaller?
Two reasons. One, it would be cost because you're building it the way you want it, not like an RC remote control for a flying airplane. And the other is keeping in mind that we're using these for seniors, possibly, and making it about the size of a steering wheel if we wish. And with that, they can rotate the controls as well as press the buttons. So it's kind of like hand eye coordination. So I think that would be the best bet um, for the people that would be using it, including myself.
Let's put the transmitter box together.
So to make this control, first thing we're going to have is the two boxes facing together. I've cut a small piece of PVC pipe. I'm going to fit that in. So now you've got a certain length. Now for seniors, it might be handy because they could use it as a steering wheel if they're used to that. And what I've done with this cover is put one of the switches in. Okay? So that's the first part of it. I'm going to put an LED in here so when I turn the switch on, because there's a hole here, I'm going to be adding a power switch right in here. Come on. Stubborn. There you go. That just fits right in there. And that's going to be used to turn on the power so I mounted a battery pack on the back. And there we have our switch to turn on the power so we could use it when we want. All right.
Before we go any farther, let's open up the actual controls and see how we will fit it into the box.
So, what you see before you is the receiver. In the receiver, this part goes on the appliance itself. Inside the receiver is 4 relays to designate 4 channels, and it's a simple wire up to the actual some other relays that control the motors. These relays are only rated, they say 10 amps, but I would not trust these for 10 amps. So if you use these to run the motors directly, they will definitely not last. But that's later. Right now we're talking about this box here. Now we don't expect people to press the button and make the thing go, and we have to take it apart and wire it separately. So we're going to take it apart. Inside the back you will see one battery. It's a 3-volt battery, and we will supply 3 volts, but not with this battery. We're going to use a regulated power supply. Regulator, not a power supply, a regulator. Now, if we take this out and take off the buttons, in here, you will see that there are 4 buttons, right? Now, if you can see it, there are little solder spots for the buttons. What we're going to do, we're going to have one common wire that the thing is common, the remote is common, and then there'll be 4 separate wires coming out. So once I solder that on, then I will get back to you and show you what we're going to do from there. The wires that come out will be going to the rocker switches to control the forward and reverse motion. All right, so bear with me and I'll get back to you momentarily. So before you here, you see the part with the buttons. We've got one black wire that's just hooked up to our common, and that's going to be hooked up to the centered part of the rocker switches. And then each one of the red wires that I have coming out there top one was A, and then B, then C, then D. So A and B will be for one rocker switch, C and D will be for the second, and each rocker switch controls the separate motors. On the back side of this remote, I removed the battery and I soldered on a positive and a negative wire, or black and red, where red is positive, black is negative, and they are going to be connected to our regulator. And I'll show you a diagram on how that's hooked up. The regulator I'm using is actually a 3.5 volt regulator, and it'll take up to 24 volts or 18 volts. We are only using 9 volts. So I've got a diagram there on how it's all connected. And on the 9-volt side, we're also putting on a flashing LED. That is so that the person sees that the power is actually switched on. So they will remember that when they're done, they can just flip the switch to turn the power off, which kills the power to the controls.
Now all the parts are prepared and we can do the final wiring assembly.
LED. Transmitter. Tucks right in there, along with the 3-volt regulator. Tuck it right in here. I put hot glue on there to keep it all together. We're going to use the hot glue gun to keep it all in place. Then finish it off with this. Oh, and the switch and the battery connections as per diagram. So give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, finished product. Flashing LED. Remote control. Job done.
Wow, Sparky, I found this interesting. Where can I get all the items? And what do I do next?
Hey, Sparky, thanks for the info. But how do I get it to work on a lawnmower like you did? That box at the end with the 4 flashing lights? Where does that go?
Hi folks, Sparky here. I was asked, where can we get all the parts if we want them? The PVC fittings, you can get them at Home Depot or Rona or Lowe's, depending where if you're in Canada or US. The remote control, the guts that goes in here, these switches, all from Amazon. I used to go to my favorite electronics store, but Amazon's a heck of a lot cheaper. One thing I didn't show you about this is the complete with the battery in it. There is a cover for this battery cover that just snaps on there. As far as the receiver, okay, this part here actually goes on the appliance, or in this case, the lawnmower. These small little relays will not handle the motors. These LEDs that were flashing, that is a product of the LED. The relays do not pulse, okay? Do not pulse in and out. But this unit does go onto the lawnmower, assembly part, and I will do another video on that to show you how it's all wired together and how to make the wires work, the motors work. All right, so bear with me. I'm trying to do it as detailed and as simple as possible. So hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.